Well, hello again, all my fluid art friends. It's Doris at DF Designs. I switched my cameras around a little bit. Now I gotta move that up. Well, you don't need to see my face. Okay, I'm going to do a beach-themed resin art pour, but there's something different I'm gonna do. Wait a minute, let me get this out of the way. That was my alcohol rag, which is a cut-up t-shirt with alcohol on it. Okay, the resin I'm using today is Stone Coat's Craft Coat. And this is just an 11 by 14, believe it or not, canvas panel board. And reason I'm doing it on that is because it's pretty level, but this is a test to see if I can get a beach scene with all these as the background and then the white over it. But one little thing I'm doing that's going to be different than what most people do in resin is I'm going to be using a chain. Okay, let me list my colors. Now these first four colors, I will tell you one thing. They have a little drizzle. Hang on a second, I got to do this one-handed. They got a little drizzle of the oil-based semi-gloss enamel in there. I've been using that in my resin just a tiny, tiny bit when I want to get cells with colors that don't normally have cells, like these micas. So these 4 cups have got a little drizzle in there. This first one is Eye Candy Okinawa Blue. No, Con Blue, I'm sorry. Then this one is Eye Candy Okinawa Blue. This one is Eye Candy Okinawa Green. And then the next one's going to be the Okinawa Green, but I added some white to it. And then the last one is the Eye Candy Soma White. I will be putting a link down below my video for you to see where you can go get these at. Oh, missing a stick. There we go. All I did with this was I just put some of the Okinawa Green in there, but I wanted it to be like a lighter aqua. Hopefully that white I put in there lightens it. When you first if you put your micas on top of your resin, there's a little trick that you want to do so you don't get it to poof back in your face. Don't stir very fast until you got it folded in, okay? Yeah, this turned out to be a nice light aqua. And I will tell you, I had seen this done in acrylics by Wiggle Arts, and I'm sure by now everybody on YouTube knows who Wiggle Arts is. And he just does some of the neatest designs in acrylics, and I'm always saying, oh, I got to do that in resin. So here I am doing one of his in resin. I will link his down below. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a mixture of these 4 as my base layer, and I'm going to kind of intermingle them. Let me see if I can, well, I'm trying to, okay, hang on one second. There we go. Oh, nope. Ah, I got the leg off the table. Phooey. Phooey, come on, camera, behave yourself. Okay. And the thing is it doesn't have to be dark to light with these colors, because I'm going to be blending them and it's going to just look like a big wave, well, a couple big waves. So I am just going to do my colors around. And then when I smooth it out with my fingers, because I love playing in my resin with my fingers, I will be kind of intermingling them, getting them to blend into each other, plus also making sure I got the whole board covered. That's why I did not put down a coat of clear. I probably made way too much, but you know what I like to do with my leftover resin? I make coasters. Okay. Just getting all this resin down. No particular fashion. Well, I see a little bit of white right there that didn't get mixed in. This almost looks like a, oh, it's a light aqua. Now I can see all the gaps, but that's where my fingers are going to come in handy. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it with my torch, and my rule of thumb on a torch is point it away from your piece. You can see that in the little square up there. Turn it on for 5 seconds to get the dust boogers out. You've got dust that collected up in there, okay? And you don't want the dust boogers in here. So let me just go over it, pop bubbles, heat it up a little bit. Keep your torch moving at all times, don't stop. Okay, now this is where my alcohol rag comes in really handy, because now I'm going to be playing with the colors and getting a nice even coat and blending the colors so it looks like ocean water, because this is just going to be the background for the waves, and the waves are going to be done with chains. I love watching Wiggles Art do that. It is just so mesmerizing, first off. Don't worry about the composition right now. Just make sure you've got it all blended, and make sure you've got the whole canvas covered. And every one of these 4 colors has just a tiny drizzle, because there's only like 2 ounces in each cup, tiny drizzle of that bare, and that's just the untinted base, okay? I have been using that for years. I know a couple people who have taken the course or seen other people's videos know that it works in the Shelley Art blooms, but before I took that course, I was using that resin because I figured out that that's what was the magic ingredient in the base tints. Okay, first I'm going to do a couple of lines, and then I'm going to put the chain in it. So okay. And the only thing I didn't do yet was let me go with this big one. Where is my knife at when I need it? I didn't even open these chains. These are just chains I got in the jewelry department at a craft store. And all I'm doing is just cutting it open. Because I didn't want big chains, but I didn't want little chains either. Okay, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I know I should have had it open. Now, first thing I know he does is he very carefully lays down the chain on top of the line he just did. And I did a butterfly the other day, and I'll tell you what, it would have been really awesome if I had been smart enough to have it, okay, this isn't going to be long enough, but this was the magic of getting 2 chains the same size, if I can open this one, in a pack, because I can use this thing to hook it together. See, I should have had that open and measured it before I put anything down on the canvas, but I got excited. Mixing the resin, it's like, oh, I want to get this started. Okay, there we go. I'm going to drizzle some more over it. And then I'm going to drizzle an extra line around it. Okay, there we go. That's down. Now I'm just drizzling a little bit over it. And I'm also doing another line right here. Okay, well, here goes nothing. I've done chain pulls, but I haven't tried to do a wave. So I know that right here, I should pull it in. Now I'm going to start pulling it down. See, and I've got the resin all over the chain, so you got to be careful about that. You got to make sure the chain stays on top of the resin. Trying to get the chain back on top of the resin because it is dragging some of the resin. Okay, resin doesn't act like acrylic, so I will be honest with you. This doesn't look, okay, I didn't do that one right, so let me just do one thing right here. Okay, I'm going to do another one right here. So, let me see now. Let me do it a little bit thicker. Okay. I do want to clean off the chain because it's got the green color on there, and I don't want more green color in there, you know, watercolor. So I'm sorry that this does take a while. But you want to slowly put it in there, make sure you get it on the white. Okay, now I want to get a little bit more white in here. So maybe it picks it up when I drag it. Okay, here we go again. Here's my second wave. See, the resin is now getting on top of it, and that's something I don't want. So I'm just picking it up out of the resin. I probably should have put more blue. Okay, that doesn't look like, well, that's okay, that's okay. I do want to stretch this out and not have it so solid, so let me try doing this. This way I can hold it above the resin. This one is a little too solid. Checking to make sure I'm not that I'm not blocking the camera. Okay. one more over here, because I'd seen him do that. Okay, trying to make sure I don't drag the extra chain through the other resin while I'm trying to get it over here. Okay. Trying to lift it up. It's a very it's almost like a dance. You gotta get the chain or string for a string pull up out of the stuff so it's not covered with it. So it's dragging the other color that you're trying to drag out, in this case the white.